Hey guys, Mike here. Hope you're doing well. Today, finally, I made my review about the Jobeky E-Cymbals that many of you guys have been waiting for quite some months. You know, I've purchased them around 4 or 5 months ago. It was shortly before Christmas. I had an issue with one cymbal, which I'm going to talk about in this video. First of all, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons, strength and weaknesses about those cymbals, how they trigger, how they feel, what the differences are between the different lines. Then I will do a separate comparison video when it comes to loudness, because I know that most of you guys are interested in the loudness of the cymbal when playing them. This will come afterwards. I will probably insert the jump marker in the video or description box below. And finally, I made a video or a little drum cover playing along to a drumless track to see them in context. The Jobeky line. Let's start from left to right. I have this 16-inch brass series, which is some sort of the entry level from Jobeky. They start at around 110 to 15-ish pounds for the 13-inch one. Then this new one here, it's the new Brilliant series, which Jobeky sent me out, 16-inch dual zone crash. Here on the right side, it's the 18-inch dark zone Dark Bronx series, dual zone crash, and my favorite one, the 20-inch 3-zone Dark Bronx series right cymbal. Jobeky sent me this one to test it out, the Brilliant series. I'm not endorsed by Jobeky. I have to mention, I'm not endorsed by anyone, by the way. So let's talk about them. But I mean, they look fantastic, aren't they? What Jobeky makes so good when producing the cymbals, they have some references to famous cymbals. And for all you drummers out there, you clearly see this is a reference to the Zildjian A Brilliant series, one of the most famous rock cymbals of all time, Zildjian A. They look stunning. You see yourself in the mirror, look fantastic under studio lights or stage lights. So really fantastic. Real size is 16-inch. Well done, Jobeky. Really like that. But my favorite ones are still the Dark Bronze series, which are a reference to the minor Bison's Dark series. Really look fantastic. I really like those tone cymbals anyway, so when Jobeky came out with them, it was quite clear for me that I have to test them out, especially the right cymbal looks gorgeous. Speaking about this one, this is my second Dark Bronx series cymbals, because this here was my first one, and you may see when you compare the two, so we'll hold them next to each other, they are different. And this is the cool thing, that every cymbal is some sort of unique because they are hand hammered. What makes them so special. So when you pick the Dark Bronx series, you always get a different cymbal. With this one, my first one, I had an issue, as I mentioned some videos ago, because the dampening material that you see here, we'll talk about this in a few, got bent for whatever reason. Maybe I hit too hard, but usually I'm not a hard hitter. But this issue here, that the material was not plain anymore, caused the cymbal to just trigger the choke sound, not a crash sound. So it was impossible for me to play it, but every time when I hit the crash cymbals and expected a crash sound, I just heard the mute sound as if I would choke the cymbal. So I contacted Jobeky, and the cool thing is that the guys at Jobeky, Colin and Jane, instantly said, we're going to replace the cymbal if you have some issues, because I just bought them 3 months ago. So they sent me a new one, which took some time, but because we're just moving to another environment and to new premises, so no problem. Thanks again for Jobeky, good customer support. You should keep this, just replacing the stuff that won't work anymore. However, I know some other drummers using Jobeky cymbals that this problem or this thing happens quite some time. I'm the only one, the first one, that had this choke issue, that I just got the choke sound. However, I think when the material got bent over time, it's just a matter of time basically if it doesn't work anymore. So Jobeky, maybe you should rethink the quality or the approach that you did here, because otherwise the cymbal works smoothly and perfectly. I use the cymbals, as you know, exclusively with using drum sample software. Jobeky sends some recommendation with them when you get them, how you should adjust the cymbals in your module. I think they recommend using the settings for CY8. But at the end of the day, it's up to your personal perception or personal playing style when it comes to sensitivity settings, threshold all that stuff. So you just fine-tuning things, what you have to do with new cymbals or new pads other than Roland anyway. And when you use Superior Drummer or Easy Drummer or Steam Slate drums, you will even fine-tune it more. So the trigger, the cymbals work smoothly. I had never issues, except that one here, they have dual zones, so you can choke them 360 degree. The right cymbal has 3 zones. You can choke them as well. You have a little bit of issue here on the right cymbal in the area where the trigger sits. You have some hotspot issues sometimes that you get a too loud sensor here. Other than that, they work smoothly. One thing comparison to Roland is that this right cymbal does not support positional sensing, what the CY15R from Roland does, and the newer ones from Roland, the 18-inch ones, probably as well. So no real big deal for me, real issue for me, because it works. Loudness. One of the biggest things or most questions I got regarding those cymbals, of course, there are significantly louder, period. But this is nothing to blame Jobeky about. This is simply physics. You need to be aware of that. When you hit a metal surface with a wooden stick, it will cause noise, and it will of course cause more noise than hitting a rubber cymbal with a wooden stick. So this is nothing that Jobeky can be blamed for. You have to be aware. You will hear quite a difference when I show my comparison in a few minutes. But of course, there are significantly louder. You have to decide on your own if this works in your environment. I live in a basement, or my room here is in a basement in my own house, or I won't annoy anyone, but I know some of you guys live in a flat, maybe with other people living above or next to your door, so it may be a problem to use them. My final recommendation, whether you should buy them or not, I would say yes, but if you consider or think of some things taking into account when you think of buying them, if you need cymbals that work perfectly in a studio situation, so if you don't record yourself, you don't have audience, you just record stuff in your home studio or in a professional studio, triggering software using the module sounds, I'd probably still go for the Roland because they work 100%, they're still industry standard. If you use the cymbals the way I do, recording drum cover videos where you really want to look at the whole optics and the whole perception and the whole experience for the user, for the viewer and listener gets more realistic, I highly recommend them. I mean, they work perfectly. My studio light is not that professional as some other channels, but they work perfectly, especially in combination with using drum samples. It's a perfect imagination of playing an acoustic drum set. Even same goes for the live situation, but here's the big but. If this issue that I had, and I'm still a bit concerned about this, happens during a gig, you will have some problems. So Jobeky, of course, I know that you will say most of the drummers don't have any problems at all, but I know from some that have those, that the material got bent over time. Though it doesn't affect maybe the trigger, but it's a problem at the end of the day. I'm really looking forward and I'm really interested to see how long those will last. As I said, one of the cymbals, the brass one, I play for 4 months now quite intensively, and it still works fine. And I know, for instance, Jason Osmond from Beats by Jay, he plays them and he's a really hard hitter for over a year, and he has no issue with the triggering. At the end of the day, it can be an issue with the quality, but I know that Colin and Jane are constantly working to improve the style, so no problem at all. Yeah, I'm still quite happy SSG because I use them. I would recommend them. Just be aware that there are some things that might occur, but as far as optics go and feel go, it hardly gets better than Jobeky. If you have any questions regarding this topic, the cymbals, or any stuff I might forget to say, just leave a comment below. I will try to answer everything. Now, following is the comparison between the acoustic cymbal sound and the Roland cymbal sound. I put up a CY15 here next to my Jobeky and play them back and forth so you hear the difference, and afterwards you get a little drum cover video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.
the feeling that something's not right. Let me tell you, it has something to do with the way you behaved last night. I guess you still don't realize just how far you fell last night in my eyes. You say you're sorry, it won't happen again, but it's too late. Maybe we can still be friends. You're like a child in the night without the light you can't see. Too young to understand the meaning of responsibility. A little boy broke his toy playing carelessly. There's no denial, I'm not on trial here. This is not about me. I hope you know why it isn't right. What you did to me last night. You used me, and I won't take that. You abused me, and now I won't look back. I thought I loved you yesterday, don't know who you are today. Take care of myself, be strong. This time you've really done me wrong. I'm only human after all. My love's not unconditional. No, my love isn't unconditional. You're like a child in the night without the light you can't see. Too young to understand the meaning of responsibility. A little boy broke his toy playing carelessly. There's no denial, I'm not on trial here. This is not about me. Oh no, it's not about me. It's too late.